Hello and welcome to another video by Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine and today we're making this really pretty card using the Tulle Wild Rose stamp set and the emboss resist method. So we are going to emboss the flower and the leaves with white embossing powder, and then we use sponge daubers to ink it up and then use the stamp at the bottom. And this one says, "True friendship is one of God's greatest gifts." So to start, we will need a Rococo Rose card base and Whisper White in 5 1/4 by 4. This is where an embossing buddy comes in really handy. You just wipe it over the piece that you're going to emboss and it reduces the static on it. We're going to use Versamark and we're going to ink up really well, place it down kind of in the middle upper portion, and it's Versamark, it stamps clear so you can only see it in the shine of a light. So this is going to be a bit of a mystery reveal for you. And then you just place your leaves on as many as you like, wherever you like. And I've got the light on. I know it's kind of bright in some spots, just so that I can see where I'm putting things down. And I'll put one more set of leaves over here. Okay, and then we can move that to the side. We are going to need to pour the embossing powder on. So we will do that. And I'm just going to start in the top corner and just pour it on and just move the embossing powder around, and you can start to see it making the image appear. So you flick it a couple of times to get that off. We'll set that aside for now. And we need to put the embossing powder away, of course. So I'm just going to make a funnel with the paper and put it back in the container. Now I'm going to take this piece of paper right away, fold it up, and throw it away, because otherwise you will get embossing powder all over everything. So we need to use our heat gun now to melt the embossing powder and create our image. When you're melting, right now the powder is dull. It's you can see it's powder. As you're heating it, you'll see it start to shine over. When the whole image is shiny, that's when you can stop. If you leave any powder when you do the inking over top, it will rub off. You want to keep the heat gun moving so you don't scorch the paper. And you can see when it starts to turn everything shiny, you just move the paper around. You can move the heat gun if you want. I find it easier to move the paper in the heat gun. And then you can just fill in. Use your light to make sure you've got all the spots all done. Everything should be shiny. Okay. Turn that off and put it to the side. Just while that's cooling a little bit, I am going to stamp the greeting in Rococo Rose. Okay, that's good. And you can place it wherever you like on the bottom of the card. Lift it up. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the shine, you can see the embossing on there. So now we are going to take our sponge daubers, there's this little group here, and just simply put the dauber in the ink, start in the middle, and you can see the color starting to come out. You will want to take the color just past the edge of the embossing, just so you can see those petals. And it's not a problem if the color bleeds into the leaves a little bit, because you're going to come back in and color in the leaves anyway with a mossy meadow. So you just swirl that around. Make sure if you want a little bit darker in the center, you just add some more ink into the center. And there you go. So we are going to come in now with the Mossy Meadow and a fresh dauber. And I usually start at the base of the leaf and just work my way up. And that way sometimes it's a little bit darker at the edge. And you just take each one of the leaves in turn and color it. Okay, now the last step is to rub some of the ink off the embossing. So you just take a regular tissue, and I just start in the middle, rub it away, just get a little bit of the ink off. It helps the white emboss show through just a little bit more. There you go. There is your card front, all done. Now the heat gun tends to warp the paper a little bit. So when you're adhering this, you're going to want to put your snail adhesive all the way around the edges. Usually I just do 3 strips across the back. I'm going to do all the edges this time. And you just adhere it to your card. Making sure it's even. And then when I do this, I try not to just rub my hand across the card in case the ink is still a bit damp. You don't want to smear all your hard work. But that is how you put together a Resist Emboss card. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you like the project and would like to try these things at home, you can purchase items to do this through the links below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.